Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make scrap toppers. I am using Silhouette Studio Business Edition, and I'm going to be designing in Tinkercad. So what you need to do is go to your text and Silhouette and go to your fonts. Find the font that you would like. You'll go to File and go to Merge. This image that I have a picture of by selecting the trace panel. Okay, it's good enough for me. And push trace. Delete the picture because I don't need it no more. I'm getting a little lag, I see. I don't know. I sure hate it. So I'm going to highlight both. I'm going to turn them black. Okay. And then I'm just going to go to panels and go to offset. You might have to bring your offset up a little bit, like the distance of it. Okay, you push apply. As you notice that Betty Boo got some things in her face. So what I'm going to do is highlight to push release compound path. As you notice, there's a box around the offset in these little pieces. I'm going to hold down shift. I'm going to deselect the offset. And then leave them little pieces highlighted, and then I'm going to push delete. Change the color to anything you want. Okay, so when taking it over to Tinkercad, I need to bring it over one piece at a time because if I try to bring the whole piece over like this, it'll be looking like a knockout effect, and I don't want that. So I'm going to delete one at a time. Like I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to delete the Betty Boo and the Kenya word. Well, deselect. I'm going to save those first then. So deselect what you want to save first. So I'm going to save as, save to hard drive. And I'm just going to name it something. Now I already did all this, but you got to do this. So once you name it something, you're gonna save as save the hard drive. You're gonna name it and you're gonna save it as SVG right here. You go down and save it as SVG, and you push OK. And then you're gonna bring the other piece back, and you're gonna deselect the Betty Boo and the Kenya word, and just save the highlight. And you're gonna save that to save as save the hard drive. You're gonna name it and you're gonna push SVG. Okay. All right. After you do that, you want to take it over to tinkercad.com. Everything taking 15 years. I don't understand, y'all. I need a new charger or something. Import. All right. Okay. You're gonna go find the files that you saved as a SVG. Okay. You're gonna bring them over one at a time. Import both. As you notice, I didn't separate them or nothing in Silhouette. I left them on like exactly like they was. I just deleted like one at a time because I want them to come in on top of each other. If I won't have to do so much work. So make sure you leave them on top of each other because they should come in right on top of each other. You won't have to, do too much lining up and all that good stuff. Y'all, the devil's so busy because I swear for sweet holy water, y'all. I've been trying to get a video forever. Every time I try to do a video, something go wrong. Maybe this just ain't my calling, honey. But I ain't gonna give up because I wanted to show y'all what I've been learning. Shit pissing me off though, for real. And then I'm going off fast. To me, the first 3 videos had the most information in. I'm trying to remember what I said, but I'm like, I don't know, my computer gonna die or not, because it's just been doing some weird stuff. It's frustrating. So once it comes in, you center it. Okay, it should look something like this. This is your zoom, your roundabout, all that good stuff over here. You just have to learn how to use Tinkercad by watching a YouTube video, girl. I'm just trying to show you what I know. Okay, so over here is shapes. I'm gonna need a cylinder. This one right here in particular is a whole cylinder, which is like what you would need to cut the little circle. It need to be a hole. A solid, it won't cut it into a hole. You have to turn it into a hole. But since there's already one up there, I'm gonna just use it. So I'm gonna grab the cylinder and I'm going to size it. And I'm using, if you use the millimeters, you can go here with settings at, and you can change it here. I like inches. I still don't know them for real, but it works better for me because, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this little block here, and then I'm gonna change it to 0.335. And then I'm gonna do the same right here. We see this one at 0.335. And they say this is the average size of a straw, like a straw you drink out of at the store type situation. Not the ones that probably come with the tumbler. Now, I'm not for sure. I haven't used them on all of them. So here is 90 degrees. You get the little arrow that's on the side and you turn it 90 degrees. You see them little arrows? Yeah. So now it should be laying flat just like this. You want to bring it over there and line it up where you want it to go. Now, I don't want to do it up in no crease or corner too bad, because then it'll cut a hole. So I got to be kind of careful where I put it at. So let's see. Here's the little black square. You just drag it down like that. So I'm going to put about right in there. If I did it even, it's going to probably end up in the middle of this K and this E, and that's not going to be good because it's going to cut a hole up in there, and it's not what I want. Now, it probably will be fine, but that ain't what I want. So I'm going to line it up where I want it to go, and I'm going to push this arrow to make it go down, right? Then I'm going to hold down shift, and I'm going to select the offset. I'm going to go over here to my align, and I'm just going to push this one here, which is the middle. It's just going to line it up in the middle. If I push those, like I said, they're going to center it, and it's going to be where I don't want it to be. I already tried it. So I'm just doing it, like I said, I'm doing this video like 50 times already. Okay, so that's going to be good enough for me right there. I am going to raise the Betty Boo up by selecting it. If you notice right here, it's showing what's selected. It's showing the blue. The Betty Boo is the blue. So I'm going to raise it up by pulling this black arrow all the way to the top. Now you want to leave it inside the material, but you don't want too much in there, but you want it to be connected to the offset. So I'm going to turn this offset into a hole so I can make sure that blue is still in there. As you can see, you see some blue down up in there. That's good. That means it's connected. You want it as a piece so it can build together, because if it's not inside or touching the material of the offset, it's not going to work. It usually be wasting filament at this point. It's going to break off. So you got to make sure that top piece is inside that bottom piece, no matter what you do. Okay, so I'm looking through to make sure ain't nothing touching where my hole would be for my scraw either. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but you might have to raise that offset up a little bit. I'm going to turn that offset back over to a solid. And right here, it's just showing like the little pieces. You can raise it up by selecting the offset. And it has a center square here. You'll do that, and you'll play with the numbers. So I'll do a 0.4. Okay? That raised it up a little bit. And then you want to center it middle-wise again, because you raised this offset up. So you'll hold down shift. You'll select it, hold down shift, and select this cylinder. Then you go to your line and push this little thing here again. If I can get it where it need to be height-wise. Hope I'm making sense. Another thing you want to do is make sure you play with your quality of your shapes. So this one, I'm gonna turn the sides up so it can be like smooth around the sides in it, around like a good round. Right here, I'm going to play with the quality. As you see these little bridges in it, you don't want that. You want it to be a smooth print. So I'm going to bring the quality up all the way to 24. I'm going to do the same for the name and the Betty Boo. Bring it all the way up to 24. I'm bad with the mouse, Lord. Come on, man. My computer is leaving me, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I had about 2 years now, probably. It's finna be 2 years in February. And Dell won't replace it. They said my warranty gone, but it's like it's saying it's charging, but it's not charging. Yeah, that's the problem I'm having, and it's driving me crazy, y'all, because I need my laptop. Okay, so I'm gonna just bring this height down on the wording by pushing this little middle square, and then these numbers will pop up. You just type in whatever you want it to be, how high you want it to be. So you just have to pay attention to that part. Alrighty, let's see. That's good enough for me. Let's go zoom in. That's good enough. I don't want too much. I just want it to be shown. So you would do that. Okay. So now you just need to get that hole in there. So you're going to select the offset and the scroll. And you're going to go right here where you see this little arrow, and you're going to group it. Now, if you make a mistake, you can always go back to ungroup right here. If you didn't like the way your hole was looking, you can go to ungroup. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like, y'all. You'll highlight both, and you will group those together. And then you will export it out, and then you'll save it as STL. And once you save it to STL, it's going to say download over here, and you'll push open, and it'll take it straight to your software wherever you 3D print it. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a better video. I promise you I did. And this one is a little frustrating, but I still want to try. I hope it helps someone. If you got any questions, please ask, and I will do my best to explain. But like I said, I'm still learning, and I just want to share with y'all what I have learned. I hope it helped. Y'all have a blessed one. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. So yeah, I hope that helps someone. Y'all make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to your girl's channel. Let me know how I did. Y'all have a blessed one.